Hey guys, what's going on? Arnold G. Summer here, and today I want to talk about how the rich get richer and why the rich get richer. And we are going to talk about poor people as well, and also we're going to learn about how poor people think, what their traits are, what their habits are. So you're going to get an awful amount of good information from this video, at least I hope so. So this is going to be great. This is going to be an important video. I know if you happen to be on the journey to success and you need to change certain things, then this video will be very important to you. If you want to learn how I built an internet-based business that allowed me to travel the world, have as much freedom as I want, and do the things that I always wanted to do, if you want to learn how I did this, then please subscribe to my channel. Also turn on notifications so you never miss any of my future videos. Also help me out, hit the like button. It would really help me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much. So let's get started with this video. So I want to talk about how the rich get richer and why the rich get richer. But let's start out talking about poor people. Like, what are some of the traits of poor people? And if you really think about it, like a poor person, I mean, most of us, we were born poor or average. That's like over 90% of people, right? Depending on what country you're from, it's at least 90%, right? In many cases, it's 95%. You know, like 95% of people are poor or average. And in some instances, it's a lot more extreme. It's actually like 99% of people are poor or average, and only 1% of people are rich. So one thing that I learned during my journey, because I was poor for a very long time, what I learned is how I thought, you know, my mindset, my beliefs when I was poor are very different to how I think right now, how I feel, what I do, how I act. You know, everything is completely different about me, and that's why I'm able to make more money, save more money, and be able to do the things that are important to me, right? But let's talk about poor people, right? Why are poor people poor, okay? It's usually the mindset. The mindset is the problem. If you take a look at the average person, what is the average poor person focused on all day? They're usually focused on instant gratification. What do I mean by instant gratification? Well, things that can be, for instance, purchased. Now, the thing about poor people, you know, it's like they're not in good health. They're not in shape. So they usually eat foods that contain the three whites, okay? Sugar, salt, and fat. Okay, so if your whole diet, or if most of your diet is predicated on the three whites, then you're in trouble, because it's not healthy, it's unhealthy. The three whites make you tired, and you're gonna get bigger too, right? So you want to stay away. And if you eat food that's too salty, too fat, or too sweet, you can't really concentrate, you can't focus, you know? You gotta eat lean, you gotta get on a lean diet, you gotta get on a healthy diet, you know? What do I mean by healthy? Again, low carb diet, you know? High in protein is good, rich in fruits, rich in veggies, you know? That will work. But if your diet is mainly sandwiches and burgers, or, you know, like sausages, and you like eating chips, you like drinking soft drinks, well, not too good, not too good, you know what I mean? So that's one of the first things that I see in poor people more often than you would want to admit. So the diet is really important to one's overall health. We all know that. You know, I'm not a nutritionist, but when I was poor, you know, I drank so much sugar. I was on soft drinks like 24/7. And, you know, I liked the taste, you know, I liked sweet drinks and stuff, but it didn't really help me out, right? It was actually harmful to me. And the same held true with foods, you know. I was very much into chips. I was into, you know, like anything unhealthy pretty much. And same goes also for alcohol. You know, if you like to drink, if you drink every day, if you smoke, I mean, if you like to drink and smoke, you're not really setting yourself up for success. I mean, it's okay to occasionally have a drink, and there's nothing wrong about that. And I talked about this in one of my previous videos. And you should do that as a reward, you know, or if you want to celebrate something, it doesn't matter. You can do it. But if you drink and smoke every single day, that is not good, you know. So you got to change that. So that's one of the things, right? Poor people complain a lot about their wage. They're unhappy about how much they get paid. They want to get paid more. And they also don't like their job. I worked at McDonald's. I'm an ex-McDonald's employee, okay? So I have done the worst of the worst jobs there are, really. Absolutely, you know what I mean? I have worked the worst jobs there are. There's a horse coming, that's really cool. Look at that. You're on YouTube. You know, I worked at McDonald's and I hated my job, like big time. I hated it. I was really unhappy about my job, you know. I got paid like $5 an hour. And I started to think, why did they only pay me $5 an hour? Well, because there were many people with no education, with no skill, willing to work for $5 an hour. So it was a very low entry job, very low skilled job. And you know, if you don't add much value, what can you expect to get paid, right? So at that time I realized that if I want to get paid more, I have to increase the amount of value that I add. You don't have to be a waiter if you don't enjoy it. If you don't like working, you know what? Just find something else. And then, yeah, they are not focused on adding value. You gotta be focused on adding value. That's super important. If you don't add value, you're not gonna become any richer, right? So now we talked about the traits of poor people, okay? So they're not really focused on adding value. They're just not. You know, all they think about is, I want to get paid more, but they don't really think about what do I have to do in order to get paid more. You know, and if they're in a line of work where it's simply impossible to get paid more simply because it doesn't require any skills, then you gotta find a new job. It's that simple. And then, yeah, it's a lot about the lifestyle. You know, they're looking for instant gratification. They're looking for pleasure, you know, hanging out, having drinks every night, you know, like eating bad foods. I mean, watching TV, you know, not working out, you know, just things that are easy, instant gratification stuff is not very fulfilling because anyone can do it and you don't need to put in any effort. But you're not going to create any results. So you have to see both sides. Yeah, you can have it easy, but then don't expect results. If you like what you've heard so far, hit the like button for me, please. Let's talk about rich people, okay? What are the traits of rich people, okay? And now we're looking at a very, very different mindset. We're looking at a unique mindset, right? Rich people are focused on improving themselves. Their interest in personal development is extremely high. It's well above what any average person has, right? So that's one of the reasons why the rich get richer, because they're so obsessed about improving themselves, because they know, for instance, if they manage to improve a certain skill that will help create results for their clients or business, they know that they're going to get paid more. They know that their clients are actually going to stick to them if they manage to create more and more and more results. They're focused on not only creating results for themselves, but also creating results for their clients, their employees, and also their partners. They take good care of everyone around them because they know that their success is predicated on the success of the people that they're working with. That's one of the things, right? And also, rich people or people that are on the way to becoming rich, they are very careful with what they put inside their body. You know, they stay far away from the free whites. They don't eat salty, sugary, or fatty foods. They don't. You know, it can happen, but it doesn't happen every day. Another thing about rich people, and there's this huge misconception, you know, that a lot of average people have, that, you know what, we don't tax the rich enough. We don't charge the rich enough. Well, if you take a look at Jeff Bezos or, for instance, Bill Gates, they pay no taxes. They pay absolutely no taxes or very little taxes because they have learned the skill. They have learned what it takes. You know, they know how to minimize their taxes. They know that they shouldn't hold assets themselves and instead limit liability companies, S corporations, C corporations, international companies hold their assets. So they know if they would ever get sued, they're suing a limited liability company and they are not going to lose any of their personal wealth. And that's what smart people do. Okay, rich people are very focused on minimizing taxes, and if they spend any money at all, it's usually a business expense, okay? They have created company structures that are conducive to lowering the tax rates. And that's smart. I mean, if you take a look at Jeff Bezos, I mean, he pays 0 taxes, you know. Even if we would increase taxes, he would still not pay more because of the way he has it set up. And that's what average people don't understand, because they don't understand the system. They don't even know that such an option exists. So, you know, there's so many misconceptions which you're probably never going to learn unless you're really involved in the era of business, you know. So you got to learn. The more you learn, the more you earn. I know this is something that Mr. Tai Lopez says all the time, but it's true, you know. The more you learn, the more you earn. It's really, really that simple. So if you want to learn how to become rich, okay, it doesn't matter if you're poor, if you're middle class, if you're on the way to becoming rich, one of the biggest things you have to do is to learn the rules of the rich. Learn what the rich do with their money, how they handle taxes, what their habits are, what their spending habits are. I mean, you want to learn every single aspect that's involved in becoming successful. So one of the easiest ways to do it is by studying rich people. So instead of complaining about how rich the rich are, that the rich don't pay any taxes, learn how you can minimize your taxes. Learn how you can minimize your taxes legally, because there are many ways on how you can do it legally. So I'm not talking about tax evasion, because that's illegal. I'm talking about legal ways to reduce taxes that can be on personal level as well as on the corporate level. And you can do that because many people are doing it. There's a proven formula that exists, that anyone can do, that you can do, that I can do, that Bill Gates can do, that Jeff Bezos can follow. Anyone can, okay? Thank you for spending the time with me today. I appreciate you. And if you have any questions, or if you want to share your thoughts, you know, if I missed anything in this video, you know, if you have anything to add, if you have something to say, or if you want to ask me something about how the rich get richer, or if you just want to add anything, you know, leave a comment below. I'm going to answer. I'm going to reply to your comment. Make sure you smash the like button. It really helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss any of my future business videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.